do give a fuck about is Netflix shutting down their AAA gaming studio. Now, I had no idea what the fuck their AAA gaming studio is or that it existed. I know there was supposed to be a Netflix games type of ordeal going on, but they wanted it to be like basically cloud streaming for games, like how you do with the Xbox Game Pass or the PlayStation Super Ultra Omega Ultra Premium Plus tier of PlayStation Plus. But yeah, I want to read into this and see. GameFile broke the news, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, they got the name, which had a former veteran Halo on the books, blah blah blah. Okay, they haven't said the name, but Staten only joined Netflix in April of last year, so he's been there for a little over a year. Staten, one of the original architects of Halo, who came in late in Halo Infinite's development process to help land that very important plane for Microsoft. I don't know if you could call a plane that's already crashing, burning, and spiraling towards the ground that blew up once it hit the ground, and once it hit the ground, they put a little bit of glue on the wings and put it back on the side a little bit so that they may be able to get it a couple feet off the ground so that they could put it on like a basically stretcher for airplanes and take it to the analysis lab to analyze it, to do an analysis on it to see like where everything fucked up and where everything went wrong. I don't know if you could call that landing a plane, but okay. He got onto a plane that was burning and spiraling, and it burnt and spiraled all the way to the ground. So don't put that on that nigga's body. He's probably innocent. Anyway, back to this. Process to join Netflix as a creative director of Netflix games. Quote, and was sent upon building a multi-platform game and an original IP. Hey, stop that, nasty. Stop that nasty. Anyway, in my work life, there's nothing I love more than collaborating with others to build worlds filled with blah, 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 blah. He told IGN. So today I'm thrilled to announce that I've joined the team and I'm ready to work on something new. Okay, whatever. Netflix wouldn't say why the studio closed, but as GameFile, this random outlet, let's see who GameFile is. I'm not familiar with that website. I don't even like that name because GameFile sounds too close to something else. Type your email. What the fuck? That's not what I want. I want to see your homepage. No thanks. This is a terrible homepage. All right, they got some different websites. GameFile news. How old is this website? That's what I want to know. Don't care. About GameFile. It's been around since 2013. So, what the fuck? Am I bugging? 2023. Oh, my dumb ass. We'll go with Gemini, but keep it a buck. We don't know. About GameFile is 20 years old. Yeah, I don't trust that. Let me look at the about one more time. About GameFile. Let's search it. Actually, let's read it. Game Right newsletter, depending on how you read it. I've always loved video games since I was a kid. Career out of it. She knew what she was talking about. I soon got a gig as MTV News' first ever video game reporter. Okay, so let's look that up. MTV News' first video game reporter. Search that, and the first thing that pop up is Jeff Keighley. But I don't know. You know what? I give you benefit of the doubt. Maybe that's just Google being Google. Photo Ryan Brown. Give like I don't see his name. I thought his name was right there. Oh yeah, Steven Till. Okay, so it is Steven Tilley though. Okay, yeah. So dude is pretty reputable if he was working on MTV and whatnot. It's been a while, so I'll take this seriously, but I'm gonna still take it with a grain of salt, basically. So what did they report? More than 100 games are now available via Netflix games. What? Really? Never even knew this shit started up. Netflix mobile games. Okay. No way. Hold up. Let me search Netflix game available titles. You name it. Okay, all the games on that. Let's see if they got any real bangers. Featured available games. I don't like how it's not one big ass list. Let's check action. Dead Cells, the shitty GTA remakes, Into the Dead 2, Hades. Okay, Hades. That's something decent. It's not my cup of tea, but that's decent. Katana Zero, if that's the game I think it is, then yeah. Sonic Mania, okay, that's a top game. Rainbow Six Small, probably got some people fucking with it. Let's look at Adventure. Ranger, Before Your Eyes, Death's Door, High Water. Okay, Scriptic, Stranger Things. Okay, yeah. That's about one of the, oh, they got a Tomb Raider game. That's decent. See if they got anything in fighting. They do not. Music, don't care. Educational, don't care. Arcade, let's see. Blooms, wow, they got Blooms up there. What the fuck? They got Cut the Rope, Snakey-O. Seems like it's mostly that mobile games hint I was getting from earlier is right. Oh wait, this is a mobile game. This game is actually pretty decent. Is it on mobile? Because if it is, I wouldn't be surprised. Nope. It's leading me to the damn store. World of Goo. Okay, so it seems like mostly smaller mobile games. So that 100 probably is inflated by a bunch of what in prior years would have been Flash games and stuff like that. So, out of 100, probably 20 of them titles is good. It is what it is. So today I'm thrilled to announce blah, blah, blah. Included with all memberships without ads, I would fucking hope, in-app purchases or extra fees. Many are based on Netflix's hit series and films like Emmy in Paris, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's tag stuffing. We know that. We're obviously, if I'm Netflix and I own a video game studio and I have all these fucking TV shows, I would make a game or two about them. Netflix's video game business is helmed by former EGS Vice President of Game Development, Alan Tiscan. Ali T, with fellow former Epic staffer JS, recently joining as Vice President of Game Technology and Portfolio Development. In January, Netflix said that they were doing better than ever. January is a long time ago, and if I'm not incorrect, potentially a fiscal year ago. So, January is a long time in the world of business. From January to now, October, that's damn near a year, bro. That's like 10 months. But that might not be saying much given past data on the streaming service's gaming authoring. Netflix said gaming engagement tripled the last year, in part due to the release of GTA Trilogy on the service near the end of 2023. That makes sense. Grand Theft Auto is a pretty strong franchise, but they would have to be playing GTA Trilogy to experience it. So, might give that. It's probably a spike of people saying, "Oh, I never heard of it. Let me try it. This shit is ass," and then they got right off it. Its most successful launch to date in terms of installs and engagement with some consumers. Clearly, no. You can play Grand Theft Auto for free with an emulator or for cheap on your phone. Why would you sign up to Netflix to pay $10 a month just to play GTA San Andreas? No. I think what probably happened in this situation is they had a spike in numbers, and because it's convenient to say, oh, this is the reason why, they said that, but no. Niggas is not signing up to Netflix to play Grand Theft Auto. Get the fuck out of here. At the time, Netflix seemed aware of its own position as a grain of video game sand, yes, acknowledging that its games division was small and certainly not yet material relative to our film and series business. Yeah, because you had like 10 years to build it. Not the same. Of course it wouldn't be the same. But it insisted it was interested in broadening. No. Okay, I'm gonna read the rest of the sentence. It was also, you started the sentence off with but. You could have just left the B lowercase and just went and kept the sentence, but okay. It insisted it was interested in broadening its offerings in the space and continuing to invest. Basically, they thought if they put this up there, they will make a quick buck. They will get a nice large surge in signups, but that's not the case. Because if you had a surge in signups as big and as impactful as you said it was in the earlier quote, then why the fuck are you saying then why the fuck are you talking about broadening your scopes? And then now you're suddenly magically shutting shit down. Only time companies shut shit down is either when they think it's gonna fuck them over in the long run, money wise, or if they're already at the end of that long run and it is fucking them over money wise. So what I hear is this shit ain't make no funds. So they said, close it the fuck down. We thought we was gonna get a quick buck because all these studios, like I keep saying, they look at Fortnite and they say, wow, Fortnite made how much money? I want a Fortnite. You're not gonna get a Fortnite, little bro. That's number one. Number two, this is further proof of that statement that I always be saying. Putting out a good product is not always good enough. Sometimes you gotta do stuff to supplement the fact that you got a good product. Sometimes you gotta find a way to put eyes on your good product. Now, how the fuck you do that and whether the eyes you get last and actually wanna keep using your product, that's a case by case basis. But just putting a known title on your service, not gonna help you. In case y'all don't know, GTA Trilogy is ass. It is legendary levels of fucking terrible. They remade a game that was like 10, 20 years old and made it worse on newer, stronger, crazier hardware. And a PS2 is not a hard console to emulate. So whatever, we're not even gonna get too far into that. But just understand that if you ever played GTA San Andreas and said, but what if literally everything about this could be worse? That's what GTA Trilogy is. Going back to what they said. Is it working? In a more recent financial call, they reported by GI.biz Gaming Illuminati co-CEO Greg Peters said, we're looking good in our engagement growth in 24, and we've set even more aggressive goals for 25 and 26, yet we shut the fucking studio down that we said was growing so greatly. Indeed, as of July, Netflix was developing over 80 games. How many of those games were games that people actually asked for and wanted to play? And how many of those games, out of the ones that people do want to play, are people going to continuous play? Because for a service like this to exist, you have two options. You have to put out really big, really expansive games that people want to continuously play, or you have to continuously pump out small game after small game after small game so that there's always something new to play based on your biggest hit series. And you also have to be lucky enough to have someone that likes all your hit series enough to the point to where they would want to go play a game, or have a game good enough to where people would play it and go, yo, this game is so fucking fire. Now I'm kind of curious of what the TV show that I may not have previously been interested in before is like this. I mean, what is like, not is like this, like, is it like the game, but is it interesting? Because if this game interests me and this game is based off the TV show, well, I would not be interested. But you know, it's one of those things that's easier said than done, but I'm just explaining it to y'all, the viewers, so y'all can understand like why shit like this in general happens. Oh wait, I didn't read the rest of it. We're getting close to 3 years into our gaming initiative and we about to shut that shit down, but right now we're telling you we're happy with the progress that we haven't seen. However, Peters also admitted engagement with gaming is still quite small. What did I tell you? I just said this shit 2 seconds ago. Just because you're putting out a game, that doesn't mean people want to play it. Okay? Number two, you have to either constantly put out big games that are like full-size games that people want to play, which in that case, if you're going to go that route, nobody's signing up to Netflix to play a game as big as Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's just never going to happen. Unless you have 20, 30, 40, 50 games on that level of quality and on that level of notoriety, and I'm not thinking of the term, but basically on that level of people want to really play that franchise, you're not getting nowhere, bud. You're really just sticking your feet in the mud and just standing firm on some shit that's not beneficial for you. Where was I? He added that Netflix found success with games based on specific Netflix IP, but for how long, that had already proved popular with interactive narrative games released and then in the Netflix Stories app seemingly the focus. That is something that I think they could do good to focus on, especially if they adapt it so that people watching on like on smart TVs and stuff like that could also enjoy the experience. Because it would be kind of cool. Look, I'm looking and I already see this shit, same page now found. I don't want to look for it. Pulled up 2 articles anyway. Back to what I was saying though. Like, if you could take your remote or connect your phone on your smart TV and play it that way, you could interact with the story and choose how the story goes. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Now, they have to do this with a multitude of different stories and different genres, because if Minecraft was the only thing you had, yeah, Minecraft has a pretty large audience, but like they're saying in this article, it's not that big of an audience compared to everybody that uses Netflix. All right, especially if it's free with your regular Netflix. Like, you don't have to pay. Well, technically it's not free because you have to pay to get on Netflix, but you know what I mean. No additional costs. We've seen what works and what doesn't work, and our shit definitely doesn't, Peter said. We're refining our program to do more of that, more of what is working with the 80 plus games that we currently have in development. And one of those things that really is working is connecting our members with games based on specific Netflix IP they love. And this is an area we've been able to move in quickly, blah, 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 which is interactive narrative. They're easy to, yup. That's another thing. They save a lot of costs on those. As long as they put it in different genres, they'll be good. But they save a lot of costs with narrative games, because you could just film like normal and just film 2 versions of whatever the fuck you're gonna do for this day. The easier to build, place those narrative hub we call Netflix stories. I'm gonna try out a Netflix story one day, but it sounds cool in theory. This one I was gonna talk about, but I already talked about it, and I don't think there's gonna be nothing new to say to that situation. Go watch the other video I did. Other videos, plural, twice. I did where I talked about it. So, for you bum ass Apple users, have you ever said, I miss the cool colors and the customizability of the OG iMacs, and I still for some reason want to use a shitty computer that's barely compatible with any software, but this time in pink? Well, Apple got you. Look, they're releasing new computers in different colors. This is something that they had years ago that they got rid of, that you can still do to this day on PC. You can even have a custom case. You can even replace pieces inside of the case to make your computer weaker or stronger. Keep buying them iMacs. Keep buying them iMacs. That's why none of you niggas know how to use a fucking computer now. Another thing I wanted to bring up. So, actually, I don't care. Go look at my comment. I don't care. I'm not gonna be up here repeating tweets. This one is something I actually passionately care about, so I'm gonna sit down along with my table, read into it, and see if there's anything new. I'm gonna skim through it though. I'm gonna skim through it and speed through it, because for those of y'all who don't understand the scenario, just to sum it up real quick, basically video game companies are being greedy again. So you know how like you could go to the library and read a book? If like you don't have the money to purchase that book, you could go read that book for free. Imagine the same thing, but with older, not newer games, with older games that you can't like buy new hardware, and like legally you can't buy the game anymore. Imagine if you could go to your library and play it for free. Now imagine if you could do that over online the same way you could read certain books online. Yeah, nah. That's not allowed. That's illegal. And you want to know why it's illegal? Because the game, I forgot what's the name of it. I think it's the ESA. Don't be afraid to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But the organization that basically looks out for these fat fucking corporations' pockets basically came and said that'll affect game sales. So no, don't do it. And the US Office of whatever the fuck controls this, I think is copyright, basically said, oh, well, they're right. It'll affect their bottom line. It'll affect their pockets. We can't do it. No, it won't. Because they specifically want to do this with games that are out of production for older consoles that have never been updated. So let's say you're doing research on video games for a paper in college or high school or whatever the fuck you're in. And it's an older game that's really hard to find, that is really extremely difficult to legally play, but it's crucial to whatever you're talking about. You're just gonna have to go get a ROM. You're gonna have to go download that damn RetroArch app and get it cracking. So that's the summary of the situation, and I want to see what if they have anything in here more delving into detail or anything new. Despite not it was the ESA. Despite not convincing the ESA and Copyright Office, they don't regret supporting the petition. Blah blah blah. The ESA pushed hard against the petition. Okay, so yeah, this was a regurgitation salad. Close that out. So if y'all haven't heard of this artist called Cash Cobain, somehow, he's one of those artists that, and I don't wish this on nobody, but I'm just calling what I see. I believe this nigga is gonna be one of those people who had one song that was insanely popular because of a trend or whatever, and then nobody else can ever name another song this nigga did for the rest of their life. But what I will say is he has a song called Problem where he remixed not Layla Ali, whatever. I know her name is Layla with a capital exclamation point. I wasn't throwing up the C's, I swear. With a capital exclamation point. Basically the song, that's just not my problem. Not my that song. So he had a remix of that, and he had a lot of people on a remix. Basically, he made a website where you can pick from 10 artists, including Big Sean, I don't know if that's 6 Lack or Black, Lil Yachty, and arrange their verses and download the remix for free. Now, when it comes to remixes and stuff like this, I think honestly a lot more artists should do this, because I'm gonna be real, there be sometimes where I'll be sitting there listening to a song and I'll hear a feature verse and I'll be like, this nigga's ass. This song is so good, but golly, if I could just take his verse off the song, this would be much better, a much more enjoyable song. Hold on, let me check my phone real quick, y'all. Okay, there's a lot of songs I've seen where it would be more enjoyable if this tool existed. So major artists, get it popping, get it cracking. Spotify, make it a feature where if you don't like an artist, you could click a button and cut their verse straight the fuck off. Come on, Spotify, get on it. Get on it. We need it. We're begging for it. This would be a great feature. And one last thing I want to touch on. I'm not going to watch this video as a whole. I'm not even going to play much of it. I'm really just going to talk about my feelings on it. Y'all can see right there the title of it. And I'm about to give you a summary of the video for the sake of understanding, for if you're just a lazy bum ass nigga and you don't want to go read it. Go watch it. Also, I was about to say, why haven't I liked it, subscribed? Why haven't you liked it, subscribed? Anyway, one thing I wanted to say is this nigga's sick. Because I was watching this video, and I'm not gonna go into detail, but some of the stuff they was saying that was a part of the server. And by the way, she says it a million times in this video, but I want you to keep in mind when you go watch this video that she's talking about a scrubbed version of the Discord. So the stuff they had that they thought was appropriate to show people, that's what they had. And a lot of it is sickening. Cause remember how when the whole Ava Chris Tyson situation came out and he made Mr. Beast feigned ignorance and said, oh, I ain't know that nigga like kids. Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa, get him out of here. I don't care what you are. Get him the fuck out of here. Even though there was a ton of pictures of him chilling in a crib with a poster of child. You know it. You know where it comes next. Corn. But replace the C with a different letter that looks like an upside down B. Or upside down D, I don't fucking know. But yeah, that child such and such poster on his wall, and they were friends with somebody who was a known like lolicon draw type artist, one of those artists that draw that sick ass shit. And like as I'm watching a video, I thought it was gonna be mostly stuff like just her showing proof in terms of like, oh, this well, you said you didn't know this, but during this date, this time, we got messages that showed this, and that. I thought it was gonna be something more formal like that, but she's actually going through it and looking at it, and she's got her sources or whatnot that's showing this, and she's going like, wow, what does this mean? What does that mean? And basically, this dude over here is explaining what a lot of the stuff that can y'all see the mouse? Yeah, this guy right here is explaining what a lot of the stuff that they're seeing is, and he's breaking it down to her. And usually when it comes to sickening shit, I've been on the internet for a very, very long time, so I've seen a lot of fuck shit. But when I tell you, even this video surprised me, and trust me, by no means of the word am I any type of like squeamish, am I any type of person that easily gets disturbed when I see stuff, even if it's crazy stuff. Usually I'm the person to see some squeamish shit and be like, whatever. But this video, like I feel like I wish I was recording my reaction, because originally I just wanted to watch this, and like I was just watching this in my free time in the background while I was doing work, and I was watching this video, and it was moments where I was literally sitting there like, because the amount of stuff that she's showing proof for. And by the way, just to be fair, I'm gonna disclose the fact that that both of these people are known to not like Mr. Beast. So for all I know, this could be a hate campaign filled with misinformation and disinformation just to fuck up his reputation. So, but one thing I will say that I've always said is, if somebody gets pointed out to be a sick freak once, twice, you may be able to rub it off and say fake news, that nigga don't like me, so they spreading dirt on my name. But if 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 60, rack city bitch, rack city bitch, 100,000 times, niggas is proving that you're a weirdo, and half of those times is fake, look, half of 100 is still 50. If they lied and called you a sick weirdo 50 times, but they can prove 50 other times that you are a sick weirdo, even if I disregard those other times, you've already established a pattern, gang. You've established a pattern. We know you're weird. There's proof you're weird. And I'm not more so saying this because I give a fuck about the whole Mr. Beast situation, Like I said, I originally wasn't even gonna make a video on this, but the shit I heard in this video is fucking nuts. It's nuts. Not gonna lie, Mr. Beast, that nigga's on a ticking time bomb. That nigga's on a timer. Because real shit, there's only two ways a successful white man can get taken forcefully off of the pedestal they're on, and that's playing with kids and kicking dogs. And he did the playing with kids part. Now, we don't necessarily, as to my knowledge, have proof that any of this is real besides taking our word. Number one. Number two, we don't have any proof that the nigga was playing with kids. But like I said, if you establish a pattern strong enough, we don't necessarily need proof that you did that specific crime in that instance. We know that you have strong intentions of doing it. And like that being said, I said my piece on it, but it's like, bro, this, like, it was all fun and games and jokes with the Lunchley and Moldly shit. And even that, I found out today. I was watching a video on it before stream, just in case you think I'm lying.
Threat to the Lunchley HQ building, and the suppliers of
Lunchley, if y'all know that video.
Yeah, no, we're not doing this. We're just.
Yeah, so as you heard, he was about to say, like, the Lunchley whole situation discontinued. So like with that situation, it was all fun and games and jokes mostly. But this shit, like, it was rare I watched a Mr. Beast video. Like, the only time I watched a Mr. Beast video is when like something, because like I never even watched a Mr. Beast Squid Games video. That's how much I don't give a fuck about that nigga's video. The only time I watch Mr. Beast videos is when either somebody reacted to it or like the $1 million content creator one, because a bunch of the content creators in there I grew up watching and stuff like that. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. I'll watch them compete. But it's like, bro, after hearing the shit I heard, that nigga's sick. We putting that nigga on the Diddy list. That nigga on the list with Diddy, Dr. Disrespect, EDP. Why is it strong D's in the name? No Diddy. With damn Diddy, Dr. Disrespect, your buddy, fucking Chris Tyson. You're on the list with Ty Explosion. You're out of here, pal. You're out of here, pal. This nigga's on a ticking timer. You better have some real fucking strong evidence that this shit is fake, because the shit that was shown in this video is appalling. I was sitting here like I wish I was recording so y'all could see that when I say I genuinely was sitting there with my mouth open in shock. I was like, wow, like it's certain things where like that are excusable for a person to do, where it's like, you know what, they didn't know, they didn't understand what they were doing. Like, for example, if you're not well versed with the culture and you accidentally say something racist, like for example, if you're not well versed with black culture and you see a younger black person and you say, how you doing, boy? You may not know why, how, or even that's racist. That's unintentional, right? But there's a difference between something like that and the shit I saw in this video. And keep in mind, she says it throughout the video, keep in mind, the shit I saw that had me shocked and all was of the scrubbed version. So that means this is the shit they thought was acceptable to keep existing in these damn servers and in these chats. Sick work, nasty work. Anyway, I'm going to cut on my fucking sign back into my account and I'm gonna go hop on that Monster Hunter shit.
Okay, all right, that was my